Hello friends, welcome back to the shorthand tutorial class. In our previous class, we have treated some of the consonants that we have in shorthand, where we said we have 24 consonants, 12 vowels, and 4 diphthongs. Now, for today's tutorial, we are going to discuss on vowels in shorthand. What is vowels in shorthand? Vowels in shorthand are represented by a dots and dashes written alongside of a consonant. If a vowels come before a consonant, it flares before a stroke, that is left side. If a vowels come after a consonant, it flares after a stroke, that is right side. Okay, now, as we said, we have 12 vowels in shorthand. These 12 vowels has been categorized into 3. That is, in each stroke, in this table, as you can see, we have first place vowels, second place, and third place vowels. So let us see what are the first place vowels that we have in shorthand. First of all, we have long A, which is represented by a heavy dot. Then we have short A, which is represented by a light dot. These are the signs of the vowels. Then we have long A. Then we have short A. This is represented by a heavy dash. This is light dash. This is light, don't forget. This is heavy dash. This is light dash. This is heavy dot. This is light dot. These are the 4 vowels that we have for first place vowels. Then let us see the second place vowel. We have long A, which is represented by a heavy dot. Then we have short A, which is represented by a light dot. Then we have long O, which is represented by a heavy dash. Then we have short O, which is represented by a light dot, dash. Then these are the 4 vowels that we have under second place vowel. The same thing as third place vowel, we have long E, which is represented by a heavy dot. Then we have short E, which is represented, short E is like this, by a heavy by a light dot. Then we have long U, which is represented by a heavy dash. Then we have short U, which is represented by a light dash. So these are the long E, which is represented by a heavy dot. Then we have short E, which is represented, let us see it very clearly. This is short E, which is represented by a light dot. So these are the 4 vowels that we have under third place. So that's why we say we have 12 vowels. Each and every places we have 4 vowels. Now we have 12 vowels. Okay, now don't forget we say in each and every this vowel that we can see, the vowel sign is the same thing. Only dot and dashes. The heavy dot and the light dot. The heavy dash and light dash. This means that the sign of a vowels we have 4. But the places, that's why we say we have 3 places along the stroke, which the vowel sign should be placed. We have first place vowels, second place vowels, third place vowels. So in the next tutorial we can see the example of these vowels for each and every places that we have. Thank you for watching. Okay, let us give example for these vowels that we have, where we say we have one vowel, first place, second place, and third place vowels. But before I give you an example, remember in shorthand outline is written on a line. Why? Because some outline should be written above the line. Some outline should be written on the line. Some outline should be written through the line. That is why shorthand can't be written on plain sheet. You have to draw a line if you want to write an outline because of these divisions that we have, that first place, second place, and third place. Okay, now let us start with the first place vowels. First place vowels is written above the line. But don't forget, the first vowel in a word determines an outline. The first vowel that you have in the word given to you to write in shorthand determine an outline. Determine whether this outline should be written above on the line or through the line. So don't forget, this is very, very important. The principle of shorthand said that the first vowels in shorthand determine where you will write your outline. Let us give an example for first place vowel. Long A. For instance, if I ask you to write calm in shorthand, this is calm. The first vowel in this word is long A because it's a calm. This is long, calm. So now we start. Okay, the first vowel is a first place vowel. First place vowel is written above the line. So you draw your line. Then you write calm. So calm is like this. This is K, this is M. Now you can see the outlines. Your outlines rest above the line, not on the line, because all these, any word that fall under first place vowel, the outline should be written above the line, not on the line, not through the line. But what actually telling you that this is a first place vowel and the outline should be written above the line because of the first vowel in this word is long A, which is belong to first place vowel. That is why you see calm. So why I supposed to put my vowel sign, which is this heavy dot? I supposed to place it in the first position of a K, that is here. And because the vowels come after a K. So this is an example of long A. So there is so many examples. Let us give you an example of this. Let us ask you to write so, for instance. The first vowel in this word is A, which is long A. Long A, you just you draw your line. So this is S, then you draw. Then what are the vowel sign, which is long A? Then you place it in first position. This is the first position of a stroke, which is S. Then you can see it because vowels come after S. That is why you can see it here. These are the examples, some of the examples of first place vowels. Then we have the rest of the example. Okay, let us give example of second place vowel. In second place vowel, we have long A. Long A, now we say it's represented by a heavy dot. Okay, long A, now we say, let us give example. We say girl. Girl. Now, second place vowels, any vowels that we have in second place vowel, the outline should be rest on the line. Should be rest on the line. This means that you write your outline on the line. Because the first vowel in this word is long A. Long A, you just write it like this. Girl. This is gay. Then this is your M. Sorry, because M is a light. Game. Game. You place your vowel, which is long A. You can see it because your vowels come after G. That is why you can see it in the second position of G. Second position, because the second place vowels, the vowel sign should be placed in second position of a stroke. That is why you can see it second position, and it comes after G. Then let us give an example. We say we have jet. Jet. You can't say jet, but you can say jet. That is why you call it short A. You can see this is short A, and it is the first vowel in this word is a short A. That is why short A is circumflex vowel. You draw your line. This is your J, and this is your T. Then you place your vowel, which is light dot. You can see the difference. This is long A represented by a heavy dot, but this short A is represented by a light dot. Then the rest of the example, you can just see it maybe if you are lying. You can. And then we have sideflex vowels. In sideflex vowels, we say we have long E, short E. What are the example? Okay, if I ask you write me, this is me. The first vowel in this word is long E. Long E is a sideflex vowel. Sideflex vowel is written along the line. Okay, sorry. Let me give you because there is some more explanations about this M, but let us give another example. Let us say milk. Okay. Okay, now the sideflex vowel. Sideflex vowel is written through the line. Whenever you have the vowels, which is sideflex vowel, either long E, short E, long U, short U, the outline should be written through the line. Let us see it then. Key. In this word, you can see in this word, key, you draw your line, you have K along the line, and then P will cross through the line. Because the vowels is long E, and long E is a sideflex vowel. A sideflex vowel is written through the line. That is why you can see K, because you can't write K on the line, but you can lift it so that the P that follows will cross the line. Okay, now there is one thing to remember. We said the sideflex vowel is written inside the position. The vowel sign should be written inside the position of a K, because you can expect it here. But there is some principle which says when a vowel, if a vowel is a sideflex vowel, so you are going to place that vowel sign inside the position of a second stroke, because the sideflex vowel comes between K and P. So if a sideflex vowel comes between K and P, for instance this one, so you are going to, at normal, you're supposed to place it here, because we say it's sideflex vowel, that is inside the position of a K. But this principle says you can't write this side position here, this vowel side in here, inside the position of K. You are going to place it inside the position of a subsequent consonant, which is P. So you place your vowel sign here. Even though you're supposed to get it here, but this is a principle. You put it in mind that when a sideflex vowels come between two strokes, so you are going to place that vowel in second position of a P, for instance. This is example. This is sideflex. Then we have, for instance, we have T. T. We have T, this is T, this is M. So there is some mistake here, because whenever, that is why we say whenever you are writing an outline, don't forget you have to know how to handle your pen. If you are handling your pen very strong, maybe instead to write a light consonant or light stroke, you may just write a heavy, which is wrong, because maybe there is other some stroke which is similar. Then that is why you just you have to make sure that you handle. This is T, then this is your M. M. So this one, that is why now this is team, because the first vowel in this word is long E, because we say team. That is why at times we say shorthand. Sometimes it will just help you to correct your pronunciation. This is team. That is why now we are going to place your sideflex vowel, which is long E, inside the position of M, which is this. You're supposed to write it here, but don't forget with the principle that if a voice, if a side vowels come between two strokes, you are going to place that vowel sign inside the position of a second stroke. What are the second strokes? The second stroke in this outline is M. You are going to place it here. So this is some of the examples given about side vowels. Let us give example about this long. We say long U, like food. Put. This is put. This is F. This is D. Now the voice, the side vowel here is long U. Long U here is O because it says food. Don't say this is O. In English or in spelling you can say this is O, but in short time this is U because it says food. So that is why now we see the food, that this is the side vowels, which is long U. Then it comes between F and D. You have to place it, your vowel sign here inside the position of a second stroke. The second stroke is D. So now there are so many examples about side position for side vowels. So now in summary, you can see in first place vowels we say we have long I, short A, long O, short R. Then these are the example: can for can, then pa and saw. Then you can see we have in second place vowel. That's why you can see the outline. All this outline is above the line because we say first place vowel is written above the line. And the first vowel in a word determine an outline. That is why you can see the example given here. All the outlines is above the line. Then second place vowels we say again because this is A. Then the second place vowel is already written on the line. That is why I say again jet. So you can see the outline is above the line, as well as for the same thing as side place vowel. We say side place vowel is written through the line. That is why you can see keep, because this is long E is side place vowel, then T, long E is a side place vowel. That is why you can see the outline through the line. Thank you very much for watching. In the next tutorial you can see so many examples about first place vowel and second place vowel.